there's sort of this narrative about Kliff Kingsbury and the Cardinals that has been, he's an okay play caller, he's an okay, play designer, but it's really the talent of the playmakers that make this offensive work. So my question is, what can you say about Kliff as a coach? How good is he in terms of play design and in terms of calling the game compared to other coaches in the NFL?
I think in terms of design, he's top tier. And when it comes to this offense, I think it really is more about like design than sequencing. Like sequencing is always going to be important, knowing what to call and when to call it. But it's the design of things and how every little detail is accounted for. If you get this coverage, you run the route this specific way. If you see this front, you check out, like almost guaranteed. Like if you see this pre-snap, just be alert for so-and-so. Like the plays are so flexible in their post-snap design. And that's really where I appreciate what he does in the pass game. In the running game, I also think he's a great play designer in terms of, how he's able to generate angles and space for his running backs. For a long time, we've seen inside zone and outside zone be like the dominant thing in the NFL in terms of run games, because it's fairly straightforward in its approach. It's you double team this guy, you climb to the second level. If they win front side, you cut backside. Like it's I don't want to say easy to execute, but it's a little bit, there's less nuance to it. And with Kliff's run game, there's a lot of nuance to it because you've got all these different motions. The timing has to be like exact, and everything is all about angles. And, sometimes you'll have guys where it's literally just a bluff block where you just kind of like give a little shoulder fake and then you keep on going and you're just hoping that he sells it enough to get a guy to jump inside, and that creates all the space you need anyway. Like it's a very, very precise run game that is harder to execute, in my opinion. I'm sure offensive line coaches would yell at me for saying that because they're like, look, there's nothing harder than executing like a perfect combo up to the mic on a zone. Like, yeah, I get that. It's really hard to do. But in terms of like overall design of everything having to work to get this running back one-on-one in space, I would say the Cardinals run game, their degree of difficulty is very high. But when it works, it's incredible. Mm-hmm. Like there's a big reason why, when Edmonds is sprung for a big gain, it's one of the most beautiful sights in football because a lot had to go right for that to happen with how much they pull, all the angles, all the bluffs, all the shifts, like a lot goes into every single Cardinals run. And I think when this offense is on and everything is being executed correctly, like it's really, really hard to stop because of that.